What's happening, everybody? Today I'm making a very quick video on how you can easily farm the additional materials needed to craft a Elixir of Death. This is a tool on hardcore characters that allows you to get 2 seconds of immunity time after you take a hit that would otherwise kill you. These are very important whenever you're doing your capstone dungeons, world bosses, and difficult content, and also they're great for whenever you're heading into a new world tier like 3 or 4 and you want to see if you can actually handle it, or you have to go back and do some easier content. Now, I will admit in this video, I'm not going to be covering the Angel's Breath because they can quite literally spawn anywhere in the world, and they can be farmed mainly in dungeons, especially Nightmare Sigil dungeons. So if you just run some Nightmare Sigils, you will get a handful of Angel's Breath, more than what you would know to do with, to be completely honest with you. But the Elixir of Death is kind of annoying to craft, not because of the Angel Breath, but because of the Demon Hearts, Crushed Beast Bones, Pale Tongues. Not great. I mean, I'll show you where to get the Gravedust. Gravedust is pretty common, but Pale Tongue, Crushed Beast Bones, and Demon Hearts. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. So, I'm going to be showing you guys right now the best way to get your hands on those resources very fast. So the first location we're going to be going to is in the northwest area of the map. This is going to be for the Crushed Beast Bones, which is one of the more difficult ones to get your hands on in large quantities. Now, there are a number of enemies throughout the world that can spawn 5 beast bones on a single drop, but we are going to be going to the town of Farabrew on the corner of Dry Steps and Skosglen. And this elite monster is going to be pretty close to the waypoint, so you don't have to actually travel that far to get your hands on it. So once we're in the waypoint, we want to run north outside of the town. And then from here, we are going to want to hang a left. And eventually, we'll see this guy named Lord Anon. Eonin? Lord Eonin? He's a vampire. You kill him, and we got 5 crushed beast bones. Next, we're going to go to the Demon Hearts. So head down to the south, find yourself the Tarsarak location, which is in Kyrgyzstan. Go to Tarsarak. So once we're in Tarsarak, we want to head to the west to this location right here. So head straight west out of Tarsarak. And now we are in the road to Alcarnus. So just at the corner here, when the road starts going north, you will see a monster called Ferraria Tehihi. Ferrara Tehi. Anyway, this guy. You want to see this guy right here. This grotesque abomination. Kill him, and he will always drop 5 Demon Hearts. Sorry, I can't pronounce any of these names. It just is what it is. So now that we got the Demon Hearts, we want to go and get the Pale Tongues. So open up your map, go to Hawazar, and head to the waypoint of Vayirez. Once we're in Vayirez, you want to look at your map and head towards the north west to the Blind Burrows dungeon. Just to the south of that, you're going to notice this little rock outcrop that's kind of detached from the map. We're going to mark that. And now we climb up the hill, and we're going to be seeing this guy named the Trembling Mass, the Endless Parasite. So whenever he spawns the eggs on the ground, you want to kill the Endless Parasite's eggs before you kill him. Because if you don't, then he will just come back to life. There we go. We'll get 5 Pale Tongues from him. And last but certainly not least, the Gravedust. So for the easiest accessible Gravedust, we're going back up to Fractured Peaks to Menestad. Now, once you're in Menestad, you want to open up your map and head west to this little outcrop here. Now, this boss is the most dangerous of them all, so you need to be a little bit careful, especially if you're a melee class. Maybe play a lower world tier like I am right now. He will spawn poison, and he hits extremely hard, so just be careful whenever you kill him to not stand directly under him, because he can kill your character, as you can see right there. So even on a lower word tier for me, this guy hits really hard. So take this guy easy. So although he is pretty dangerous, he is one of the best ways of getting Gravedust, as you can see. So there we go. We have all the necessary ingredients to craft an Elixir of Death, other than the Angel. But the Angel is, again, it's a random item. You can get it from Cellars. You can get it from dungeons. You can find it around the world in a variety of locations. I know you won't have access to Nightmare Dungeons in the lower level, but again, if you are looking for high quantities of it and you can do Nightmare Sigils, it is definitely the best way by a long shot to get access to it. So there we go. We have Demon Heart, Crushed Beast Bones, Paletongue, and Gravedust.
There's a fine brew.
And there we go. For the next 30 minutes, prevent death once and become immune for 2 seconds. Once this takes place, you cannot benefit it again for 5 minutes. Again, the last thing I will say about the Elixirs of Death is, even though I had one consumed, I still lost my character and I did not get the immunity proc for 2 seconds. This can happen, so don't be like me and use the Elixir as a foolproof stop to prevent your death. Only use it when you're doing dangerous content, because the unfortunate reality is it may not work for you sometimes, at least until they actually fix whatever bug is causing it to not function properly. Whenever that actually happens, I'll try to make a PSA either on Twitter, on my live stream, or a video to let you guys know that this bug has been fixed, so you can feel a bit more confident when using the Elixir. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.